Okay, here we have a 1977 Fiat 124 Spider. Just a fantastic machine here. It drives very smoothly, shifts nicely, doesn't leak any fluids. All of the gauges and electrical are working very nicely. A very clean car. This is a two-owner vehicle. The second owner had it about 8 years or so until recently, and he was a Fiat mechanic in the 70s when this car was new. He has not, of course, had it that long, but about 8 or 9 years he owned it, maintained it, had done some important things like obviously tires and battery and maintenance like oil changes and things, but more importantly the timing belt, water pump, pulleys and things associated with that, new rear shocks. I can point those out in the trunk area in a minute, but in general maintained very, very nicely. The paint is very lustrous. Again, all the components are working very well. Interior, very, very clean. The top also is probably 5 years old, quite nice. Door panels, quite clean. And the windows and things moving very smoothly. Inside we have the nice Valia gauges. Fuel there. Speedometer with trip meter and odometer there. Oil pressure, of course. Here we have the tachometer, the coolant temperature gauge, and this is just a lovely quartz constant motion clock. The gauge face for the clocks on these cars almost always get cloudy simply because there is a hole at the bottom of the face of the clock which allows moisture to get in there, and that causes it to get a little bit clouded with the plastic. So we have replaced the cover of that gauge. All of the lights and things are working nicely. Accessory or cigarette lighter there. And the glove compartment we have original owner's manual. And we have the radio here as well.
Considered ahead at 5 o'clock here on Wisconsin Public Radio.
And let's see, we have the brake light there just indicating the parking brake is on. So let me put that back on. These windows are a very nice touch when you're cruising down the road. Those hinges and clasps still work nicely. There we are. Original ignition switch there. And sun visors. We've got the passenger vanity mirror there. Overall, everything is superb condition. Let me see if I can put the top up single-handed here. And see if I can show you the mechanisms here. Very easy. You just operate these. There we go. And I think the most striking thing about this car is that the interior is simply fantastic. Okay, in the trunk area here, we've got the battery box located in the trunk. This is a factory tool kit here with a couple of the miscellaneous things like the spark plug removal tool. There's the jack, which would have come with the car. It's a little tricky to see here, I think, but you can just make out the top of the rear struts there, fresh hardware and things. So the shocks are new in the back. Underneath here, we have the spare tire down in there, which is still usable. Backside, very, very clean and tidy also. And all of the hinges and locks for things are working quite well. Here we'll just let that up gently and place the lid down. You can see all of the body lines on this car are very clean and tidy. Nothing out of whack or out of order. No signs of Bondo or body filler or anything like that. No surprises. Definitely a clean and tidy car. I love this red color. It just shines so brightly. With a couple of touches of chrome, it's a very good setup. I put the tonneau cover up here over the mechanism for the convertible top. That's included as well, of course. Looks very sharp. Alright, just another quick look around the exterior. Both door latches inside and out are working on both doors. Again, the glass is very nice, no scoring or pitting, any cracks going on there. Obviously some people dislike these later American style bumpers, but I think they look rather sharp on this car. They don't take away from it too aggressively. And this is the 1800 series, so it has the 1.8 liter. This particular car is a catalyst free model. Let's see if I can show you a couple of these stickers here. Non-catalyst model. And down here we have build date of November 76, so it's a 77 model year. A couple identifiers there. And then let me show you the engine code. Alright. That's the inline 4 here. And just past the distributor here we have the engine code. We have the 132A10406, which is a fantastic find. This engine definitely making more power than some of these would have. We have a newer distributor and plug wires, spark plugs. We've changed the oil in preparation for the sale. A couple of other things to address. This here would have come down to the exhaust. That would have been some hot exhaust gas recirculatory system for cold starts. It's a power loss to have that maintained, so it's been capped off down here, just into the filter there, and that goes into your carburetor. Disc brakes on all four wheels. The front master cylinder was replaced just over a year ago. Let's go ahead and take it for a little spin. There's fuel, speedometer as I mentioned, tachometer there. Coolant temperature and oil pressure are good. Just sitting at idle. Let's go ahead and drive around a little. Yeah. Just start up here. We get the brake and seatbelt lights come on at first. And those click off. And we're off. No unusual sounds or grinds, pops, anything unusual. Just a very smooth, pleasant, easygoing experience. Easygoing, I think, is the best word for this car. There's nothing surprising in the power delivery department, although it's not slow. It's certainly not a race car, but in general, all of the switchgear, things like that, tends to be very easygoing. it.